Greetings, royal family. Love and light energies to each and every one. Give thanks to life, give thanks to the source, So we are going to a nice little reason now about who really is Earth's rightful ruler, because we see a lot of people are use brute force and I use lie and deception and all type of things and I take ownership and I run Earth to wreck. So we're not going to just come up with a little Rasta talk and wait. We are going to what history, what them CM one. We're going to use what them use and written in a for them history about Earth and use it to classify who is Earth's rightful ruler. See? Alright, the first thing we're going to start with this brethren, This brethren named Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. See? He was one of the first to explore the study of the human being as an aspect of natural history. His teachings in comparative anatomy were applied to his classifications of human races, of which he claimed there were 5. The 5 races are Caucasian, Mongolian, Malayan, Ethiopian, and American. He was a member of what modern historians call the Göttingen School of History. Alright, this version now, as I say, him born the 11th of May, 1752, them say. Him died the 22nd of January, 1840, and he was a German physician, naturalist, psychologist, and anthropologist. He is considered to be the main founder of zoology and anthropology as comparative scientific disciplines. He was also important as a race theorist. So we have to understand the thing from this, but now come with nothing where it's like I can make up some story. I go into the history where them say the whole thing start from. Seeing that virgin they know is you say now credited with coming up with the race names. Seeing them say he invented the name Caucasian race because he saw a connection to the Caucasus Mountains. In the United States, white people are often called Caucasian, but the Caucasian race include people with skin from dark white to brown. Alright? Now this other thing I know I say, the Caucasian now, as how them call themselves now, see? Because I just want to get this out of the way now. In the 18th century, the prevalent view among European scholars was that the human species had origin in the region of the Caucasus Mountains. This view was based upon the Caucasus being the location for the purported landing point of Noah's Ark, from whom the Bible states that humanity has descended, and the location of the suffering of Prometheus, note that name there, who in Aesop mythology had crafted humankind from clay. Alright. We're not going to really go into that, but that's one kind of going an idea about the thing. Skip again. Between 70,000 and 100,000 years ago, Homo sapiens began migrating from African continent and populating parts of Europe and Asia. They reached the Australian continent in canoes sometime between 35,000 and 60,000 years ago. What is the oldest race on Earth? An unprecedented DNA study has found evidence of a single human migration out of Africa and confirmed that Aboriginal Australians are the world's oldest civilization. Early human migrations are the earliest migration and expansions of archaic and modern humans across continents. They are believed to have begun approximately 2 million years ago, with the early expansion out of Africa by Homo erectus. The initial migration was followed by the archaic humans, including H. heidelbergensis, which are Homo heidelbergensis, which lived around 500,000 years ago and was likely the ancestor of Denisovians and Netherlands, as well as modern humans. Early humanids likely crossed land bridges that were eventually covered in water. Seeing, Within Africa, Homo sapiens dispersed around the time of its specification, roughly 300,000 years ago. The recent African origin paradigm suggests that modern humans outside of Africa descended from a population of Homo sapiens migrating from East Africa, roughly 70,000 to 50,000 years ago, and spreading along the southern coast of Asia until Oceania about 50,000 years ago. Modern humans spread across Europe about 40,000 years ago. So you have to understand, see? Alright, now, me never hear about the cheddar man, where them find, them say the oldest man this in Europe. Oldest bones them find, these are the oldest. And when them put on them pretty on it, the whole genetics and DNA show them done, make them know say it's a black, you know? It's a black person. So them still even show you say even the earlier parts of Europe, in the earlier time of Europe, the Caucasian race still never really come in of existence yet. We have to understand that. Them look up the Europe and all of them places was run by the black race, the African were left out and do them thing. But them a try to tell we say I the same black man change over, but you know I don't really see it like that. Them think when they talk about genetics can just change based upon climate. Cause look on a little part and I'm gonna read now. Alright. The modern humans, alright. When it comes to skin color, the team found a patchwork of evolution in different places and 3 separate genes that produce light skin, telling a complex story. With my glasses. Them say now, for how European skin began to evolve to a much lighter during the past 8,000 years, the modern humans who came out of Africa originally settled Europe about 40,000 years ago are presumed to have dark skin, which is advantageous in sunny latitudes, and the new data confirmed that about 8,500 years ago, early hunter-gatherers in Spain, Luxembourg and Hungary also had darker skin. They lack the version of 2 genes, LSC24A5 and LSC45A2, that lead to depigmentation and therefore pale skins in Europeans today. Now, you have to see, you know, family says a different makeup of ones this, you know, cause them have, you know, them have said these genes are now what them have, them lack version of these 2 genes. So it lead to them now to start get pale skin. You can't just lose 2 genes just by dwelling in one era, family. It's a complete different set of beings them there. So we have to kind of understand that too in a same way. But it still a show you say everybody come out of the black race. Everything start from the black race, and we have to just try to understand that. You know, that them reason about the genes are gonna be if you're a more deeper thing. That's what I'm telling you. So when you see them talk about like all these monuments you see in a Europe and so, and some little things where you can see from in a plane, like some carvings are there in the earth and all them things there, like horse and all of that, and even what them call it, the stone edge. Them things they never make for the nowadays coat them, whether they, I mean, not gonna lie, they never make for them. They never make for them, you know. Alright. Did the first people came from Ethiopia? Anthropologists have discovered the remains of earliest known human ancestor in Ethiopia, dating between 5.2 and 5.8 million years ago, which predate the previously oldest known fossils by almost a million years. Scientists have unearthed the jawbone that they claim is one of the very first humans. The 2.8 million year old specimen is 400,000 years older than researchers have thought when the first kind emerged. First human discovered in Ethiopia, BBC News. Some of the oldest remains ever unearthed are the Homo 1 bones found in Ethiopia. For decades, their precise age has been debated, but a new study argues they are around 233,000 years old. You see it? This 200-year-old specimen is 400,000 years older than researchers thought that our kind first emerged. The discovery in Ethiopia suggests, listen, climate change spurred the transition from tree dweller to upright walker. The head of research team told the BBC News that the finds give the first insight into the most important transitions in human evolution. Professor Brian Vilmore of the University of Nevada in Las Vegas said the discovery makes a clear link between an iconic 3.2 million year old hominin, which is a human-like primate discovered in the same era in 1974 called Lucy. So you see, Lucy born at 3.2 million years old, you know. But yeah, the thing what the man try to say now, from the man say, it's like within the transition there, when the evolution they are going on, when them start come out of the tree and a compound land now. Because evolution, everything I go through, you know. See, them with them specific genes have to go through them evolution, you know. So them start like walk upright now and have more sense in a sense. So it when them come now, the Homo, the hominids, that's what them call them. You have a different variety of hominids still, you know. So the man show you say is like the discovery in Ethiopia suggests climate change spurred the transition from tree dweller to upright walker. A man at a BBC thing, this, you know, the head of research told the BBC News that this give the first insight into the most important transitions in human evolution. So we see this whole thing all in a movie with the Lucy bone and the whole thing and all of that. But they're not quite explained to it how it go because them have we now one confusion about them Bible story. But this I try to show you know there's a clear link. Can I tell you all in a previous video said the Zambezi River, what them say, them find some single cell organism where, you know, embedded in some old fossils and all them things. So them have an idea if you say, look like the Zambezi River was that river we start where all of these organisms are most spur from. So during the whole evolution process we are happen, because it's not as how we get the ideas everything come make like this, make like that, you know. No. So during the evolution process, now the try to show you say is within Ethiopia. Them notes are the first set of upright walkers. You over me I say them find bones other places, yes, but them not upright. Put it like that. But in Ethiopia, them find those bones. We show say the first set of humans, what them call hominins, which are like human-like primates. You see me I did that them I tell you say now was the same from a Homo hominids now where the little Asian story refer to with the whole transition from hominids to Homo sapiens. But I just try to show you the whole links, everything is from Africa, is from Ethiopia. So even right here, so you know, family, within reality, you know, we not really have to go no further, you know. But I will go a little bit further for kind of put little icing on the cake. But within reality, when I just read it, and if they are them for say, even go follow up on me say I'm going to do no research. At the same conclusion, if you're going to mention anyone but Earth's rightful ruler, them can't come from nowhere else. Because everybody else on the planet, all them European countries and everybody else, them come from Africa. Them ancestral lineage is from Africa. This is where everything starts from. There's no other evidence. So you have to understand now why. Alright, in terms of what I'm going to reason about now, I'm going to touch upon His Majesty and now, which I'm going to try to kind of show the ones them now say there's a linkage, because you have to talk about the whole ancestry thing, you know. So when I put it that way, you know, within Ethiopia, you know, because remember the whole of Africa was once called Ethiopia, you know. Through the whole invasion thing and through the corner they retain theme vibration by whatsoever energy we are help them to do that, whatsoever God energy. You know what I say? Throughout all these years, Ethiopia stand out and protect them sovereignty of the oldest Bible have them ancient culture, ancient scriptures, ancient teachings, everything. So you can't trick them. That is why them couldn't run in pan them as all them would have loved, you know. Them have to use inside influence to get out the king. But everything are just for a time, cause that they just did have to happen. You know that fear that time. They might see it away now, but when you check the world vibe, it just have to happen at that time there. You know what I mean? So we have to understand now, say family, Ethiopia is like the capital for Africa. Ethiopia is the capital for Africa. See? Put it like that. Now, when this one is called king of all kings, you know, it will show you say he's not king of all kings within Ethiopia, you know, because there's no other king in Ethiopia, you know. But the king we are rule at the time, you know. But he must show you say I'm a king of all kings of the whole of Africa. And the whole of Africa is not like a something them are gonna say, like over Uganda now the real people are gonna say, boy, I mean I see it that way. They no, them know the history say all of humanity spring from there, so. So them know say it you over them I said them, the whole of Africa admit that, the real people them. Them know say this are the head of the stream. So we have to understand that, and it even mentioned in a Genesis 1 same way. In a Genesis, and I never really one, but when that mention about the rivers them. So I try to show them my idea say, when you see, like now I'm gonna read now from this book here. And I try to show them say, the king not normal. The king not normal. And when you see, when you read and you even go do your research and you say the royal families them, or when the king they go up on him European tour, and the king I tell you, all who never dep on the list for him go visit, want see him, beg him for come, and the king say, alright, I'll give him a little one visit. You know what I mean? And I like, oh, we as black people have the king, like say, and nothing in our family. In a film time when him a tried earth, you know, a bow, these other kings of Europe are bow to him, and on a joke thing there, them see the pictures are there. So we have to understand these things. And them, why you think them do that? Them know the whole lineage, them know the truth, them have the Vatican secret archive link, you know. Them know the truth. So them have to just show respect. But behind the back, them a plan. You understand? Like so kind of, you know what I mean? Them a plan say, oh, you might deal with peace, but a war we are deal with, you know. Based upon feed them feeding tree where them a come off, you know. Feed them breast milk where them a drink, you know. Them just a pre-evil. Now, everything in a 74 when the king step off of the throne, when them take him down off of the throne, 74, you see our year, me I tell you say, judgment for blood cleat go on in the earth and I think I joke 2024. Everything have to do with timing. 1994 again, 20 years after that, when Rasta rise up forward again, you understand me? So there's a power within. Me try to show them in the videos I do about the Lalibela Church say, New Jerusalem is where the Lalibela churches are. Because it will show you say, when King Lalibela used to visit Jerusalem and go do him little prayer thing on occasions, one of the time on him ways like him may say, why are they there? Because him always have them little bad vibes. And like see him place so him get the message, him stop and rest up and them say him get a vision from Jah that night there. And just say him to build the church. And just say him gonna make some angels help him. In the night and in the daytime, normal people work. And when you see how the churches are built, me do that the video there already, family. When you see some no baby thing, and I know a man chisel to them, there's something there. I mean, not talk a white man saying what the Asian people them say. Angels work at night and humans work in the day. So we are going to look at reading, come on, they them get a full understanding of certain things. Oh, this one is well in high regard by not just the Rasta community, but on a larger scale. Alright. So this video now, as a message about Earth's rightful ruler, but me have to read certain things to have an idea what I go on. Alright. So this is about the book now I tell you about the autobiography of Emperor Haile Selassie. So you must say yes or no. So my father, His Highness Ras Buchanan, was the son of Princess Tanangana Wark, the daughter of the great King Shala Selassie of Shoa. See? So must say so it's like Fim grandmother as is Princess Tangana Wark, the daughter of a great king, Shala Selassie of Shoa. His father was the Dija Mats Walda Makalt of the Doba and Mans nobility. He was born on the 1st of Gibbot, 1884, which is in a Babylon time, the 8th of May, 1852. Right? At a place called Dafrom in the district of Gola. When I read that, I try to show you, say, as them talk about man's nobility, is a royal family lineage. This now was seated up in Ethiopia, because Ethiopia is also the capital for the whole of Africa, you know. So when these different rulers were crowned King of Kings and Lord of Lords, it has shows them a King of Kings over all the land of Africa, not just for them look at Ethiopia. And the whole within the whole African heritage and the whole vibration, the rest of like Uganda and all these other places, Ghana, all these other places, accept the fact. Say Ethiopia is the capital for Africa because of this. So as well, I just read about the whole bones of them find and the whole humanity thing. Them know say this everything start from. Them know of that, you know, so them honor that. So when you say my King of Kings, he's not really out of Africa. I just King of Kings over all the other kings in Africa. Because if you notice other kings in Africa, no other king in Africa not get this emperor status. No other king in Africa not get these great visits, you know, and go upon these great, you know, occasions and meet these great ones. So I come down now to yes or no. Later in 1909, when Queen Zadi II, that's a 1960 now what time, when Queen Zadi II sat on the throne, she even without son and heir, I was chosen by the will of God and by the wish of the people as a crown prince and regent plenipotentiary of the Ethiopian realm. And consequently I gave full expression of the desire that the friendship with European governments began in Emperor's Menelik time be progressively widened and strengthened to the utmost because European governments had heard from their envoys at Addis Ababa and had become convinced of the fact that this is my desire was real and true. They extended to us the honor of invitation to come to their prospective countries to see the prosperity of their country, the good fortune and the riches of their people, the beauty of their cities, and the wisdom and knowledge of their scholars. The first invitation was from the President of the French Council of Ministers, M. Ponnequier. This was followed by invitations from King of Belgians, H.M. Albert, from the Italian King, H.M. Victor Emmanuel, from the King of England and the Emperor of India, H.M. George V, from the Great King of Egypt, H.M. Fjord I, from the President of the Greek Republic, Admiral Condonotes, and from the Duchess Charlotte of Luxembourg. Even the Duchess of Charlotte of Luxembourg, I think I see him there when the king visited her, she have all her son. And she especially the king never have she pan him agenda. And he have the king and I say, boy, like when you're there in Belgium and you're there so near, you know, come look for we know. And I saw the king go over there. So you have to understand. I try to show and say, great ones, you know, even when I talk about the visits when them go to them, I talk about, you know, is you know the invitation there and the welcome there, gun salute, you know. Boats are come, if a boat him travel by, boats are come beside for him, boat are come accompany him in, and all of that. And then again when me notice now, when him and them meet up, them make certain talks in which them even are show him say, boy, we know say who have the wholest Christianity thing and who have the wholest, and who Ethiopia is famed with knowledge and all of them thing there, you know. Them a give him all them big up them, man. But are we, the people now no know. I'm going to find some things to read and come and make the them see what really are going on. When the king upon and visit now Paris, and a youth named Anangarj Masai, you know, some set of youth of the send up going to France to go study. Them come and they make a speech to the king, because when them come out now out of Ethiopia and go out there and I read now books where other ones write and how them attack great about Ethiopia, them surprised. So the youth have said, Your Highness, we feel pride in our heart when we read and when we find it's written by foreign historians that our Ethiopian forefathers in ancient times, listen, excelled the whole world in wisdom and in strength, and they were honored and feared as they made their power known as far as the land of Egypt by establishing their cities in Meroe and Napata. You see me, family? So we have to understand these things. So them know the powers. The youth them I show you said the boy them come outside, them come find out these things. Not inside there, you know. See this is when the king they arrive in a Luxembourg, and they go to Brussels, you know. And then him left from Brussels to Luxembourg, yeah. Cause the Grand Duchess said she did want to see him, you know, Charlotte. And I want to tell you, as I say, see him there, she give birth to a male child. I say, I for do some research upon that youth. Because I'm supposed to be of good nature, you know. And, you know, you can imagine that you think you're calling it normal people for come see a picnic were just born. Come on, people have to understand the whole thing, you know. This is when the king, you know, address some people. He must say, all the Christians in the world, although they might be divided in some minor matters, yet in essence there is no one who does not know that there is one Christ only. In former times, on account of the geographic distance, Sweden and Ethiopia did not know each other, even by reputation. But you saw me I mention this door. There's one Christ only. Him not talk about no Jesus as we are trying to confuse it now. This now when I'm bridging now I say, Your Highness, it has given me great pleasure to welcome Your Highness to the city of Rome with sentiments of amity. Your arrival today recalls to me the visit of long time ago of your father, H. Rasmussen. You see that? It is sincere wish that the government, which God by his desire has given in your hands, may continue to prosper. Your Majesty now. Having come all the way from Ethiopia, my joy is abundant in seeing your Majesty, your beautiful country and your beloved people. I am indeed fortunate to be coming to Rome to bind together the ties of friendship between the two governments, which was established long ago. I am now very pleased about your recalling the name of my father, Rasmussen. All the people who heard of my father tell the glorious welcome given to him when he came to Italy during the reign of King Alberto, your father. So when I understand the thing from them, make them fool, you know, like say, you know, as I say, you have to understand them. I try to show you, know, say, if you have to notice in reality, other kings in Africa, and I get them ya big up you and them ya visit you and them ya talk about you. Anybody will visit them as some little people want to use them or who set them up. This is when they meet on the 19th of June. We paid a visit to the leader of government, Signor Mussolini. After we had met at the appointed hour, I said to him that it would give us pleasure if we were willing to discuss the amicable cession to us by the Italian government as a part of port of Assab as a free zone. Because them time that them boarded the whole half down at that part there, you know. So you see all them a Muslim that in a big talk and Muslim a laugh and a skin up teeth with them. Muslim, the man sign up, the man sign up all paper when you check it out. Muslim have one different copy, different from where him send go get the king for sign. On the 21st of June, we had been given an appointment to visit the Pope of Rome. P-I-U-S, must be peace, the X-I, peace X amount. X-I, I remember X-I in a Rome, you know, one number. And at the appointed hour, we met at the Vatican's palace. The Pope spoke expressing his pleasure at the fact that Catholic missions were now residing in Ethiopia in peace and security, and that religious freedom was now permitted in Ethiopia, contrary to earlier practice. You see that? All right. When we came to take leave of each other, he pronounced a prayer, may God bless the land of Ethiopia, its king, and its people. Everywhere the boss go meet all the demons. If you notice, most of these ones, these countries where I'm going are some top blood clean demon country, them, you know. The whole of them country, I name out France, Sweden, that's London. You can stay there. 7th of July, we set out from Paris and traveled to London. When we reached Calais, we boarded a British ship, and as we began the journey, 2 warships bedecked with the Ethiopian and British flags sailed to the right and left of our boat. Having crossed the sea, we reached Dover, and a 21-gun salute was fired. Which other person, I them look at Andrew Holness, nobody not even wave to them, the man doing. Nobody not even see him. You have to say, Prime Minister of Jamaica and that. Nobody not recognize them, man, when them go out, not going away, you know. You have to go in the Caribbean, you say, you know. You see the honor and respect with them ones you get. Gun salute, you know. We travel by train. And when we reach the Victoria Railway Station in London, the son of His Majesty, King George, at that time, not himself king, but at the time, styled Duke of York, together with many officers and guards of honor, bade us a distinguished welcome in the name of his father. From there, we went to the residence which had been prepared for us in a house called Albert Gate near Hyde Park and Knightsbridge. We don't have to understand the thing for them, make them trick on up. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, ja. We have to understand the thing, family. Even them have to bow to the ones, you know. A trick we. So what them do now, them develop one little bad vibes now. Them couldn't run in, you know. Them have to use them own to blow up people, them. But everything adjusts for your time, you know. This is our Archbishop now of Canterbury, the Most Reverend Randall Gavison, gave a dinner party for us, and we left at Albert Gate at 7 o'clock to go to Lambert Place. After a pleasant banquet in our honor, the Archbishop made the following speech. Your Highness, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Your Highness to Lambeth Palace, which is the main center of English Church. From time to time, I receive those who are the important representatives of the branches of Church of Christ, not of not Jesus, of Christ. But there has never been before visited Lambert anyone whose church stand in terms of antiquity in first place among the Christians of the world. So you see, so now, this is one thing now again, now we're not just say king and royalness, you know. It a talk about this whole godliness and this whole Christian vibration. I not talk them like nowadays thing. I talk the real Asian thing. Yeah, them Englishman I say, you know so them have the Asian thing, man. Your Highness, your church has an Asian history of about 1,600 years. Its beginning approach the even earlier period of apostles of our Lord. Your church has an history which is related to the time of Athanasius and his companions. You never mentioned nothing about no Matthew, Mark, Luke, nor John. Your Highness is not only holding on to ancient tradition, but it is your glory to develop Christian civilization for the future and to spread the Christian scriptures among your people. From your printing press issues not only ancient and modern religious books, but you yourself are an active participant in the work. The Ethiopian books which your Highness has caused to be printed have an introduction by you. Everyone who studies the books of Chrysostom and the monk of Mark Yeshak will derive much benefit. You see it? Something about Chrysostom. At this, at them, and something if you get. You see it? Them a book of them hide from we. It is not, but them a talk it out, you know. But you see, oh, them working from them a talk now, like say, them not tell them say them little thing where them a spread and them could false doctrine them a spread. No, them a talk like a the real thing. Them a, yeah, you man, the real thing. We know we have the real thing and railway and blah blah. It is not doubt that the main object of your present journey is to acquaint yourself with the modern Western world. Be it in a spiritual or in a secular terms, your visit to us all is a perpetual joy. Yeah? Your Highness was given a great pleasure by your visit to England to develop the strength and friendship of the two governments, and so that you have a constant memory of your visit to London. So they might go about the crown of Emperor Theodore, which was commander of British Army at the time of Mongolian campaign, take away from them. So then give back the king that. Ooh. Immediately after they arranged for us great lunch and banquet at the banquet of Vice Chancellor Dr. E.C. Pierce made the following speech. Right? Alright, let me read that part at first. Your Highness, as we have heard of your initiative and perseverance in leading your country, Ethiopia, in wisdom and knowledge, we bestow upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Law. He then gave the king the appropriate robes. Immediately after they arranged for us a great lunch and banquet, and the Vice Chancellor, Dr. E.C. Pierce, made the following speech. So I said, them just give him doctorate. Your Highness, the poet Homo says Ethiopians are blameless. Listen, you know. Listen to the man, the Chancellor reads, you know. Vice Chancellor, you know. The poet Homer, that are some of them Greek, either them Greek or Roman poet, said the Ethiopians are blameless. What you call blameless, family? Eh? We never know nothing about sin. That's why I see even till now, Ethiopia, with the whole of Lalibela Church, are whole the highest order right now, in a certain realms. May I tell you? See? Herodotus say the Ethiopians are long-lived because they do not drink wine at all. It is fact that the Europeans refused to pay tribute to Cambyses and to the Persian kings. Subsequently, they turned back victorious, all who came to take their country by force. Who does not know that the Queen of Sheba, having heard of Solomon's fame, came by camel bearing spices, gold, and gems to try the king with wiggles? Who does not know that she returned to her country to be the mother of all the kings? Who does not remember as the countries unfold their descent from David? Who does not know of their being of the family of Queen Candace? All this proved the establishment of their Christianity over the whole of Ethiopia and their possession of our ancient faith over a long history. Yeah, you have to understand, no, family. Them a big up the thing. Them know, family. See? And them a come and talk about today there is among us Tafari Mokanen, Ethiopia's crown prince. He follows in the footsteps of his ancestors and possesses knowledge exceeding that of Orientals and Egyptians. At the same Chancellor man assessor, you know, him not done talk yet, you know. You hear what him say? This man have knowledge exceeding that of Orientals and Egyptians. He explored ancient and modern knowledge. He has studied all ancient Christian tradition. He endorsed to acquire modern science. H. Tafari Mokanen is the first Ethiopian crown prince who has gone up in an airplane. He has caused the books of John Chrysostom and of Mark Yeshak to be translated from Greek to Amharic, and then printed at his own press. These books can be found in Cambridge University libraries. You see that? Furthermore, he has built a school for the children of Ethiopia. He ended by saying, "We therefore make known to all of you here in Ethiopia's great crown prince and regent H. Tafari Mokanen, the hope of Ethiopia, who is descended from ancient kings." You see that, family? This is where the brethren, when the Vice Chancellor, Dr. E.C. Pierce, you know. He's the man all great historians and this and that, you know. You have to talk the truth, what else him can say. But I'm just show you how them big him up in front of him face. Perhaps there remain some people who do not know that the Ethiopian realm possessed great antiquity and that it was established a long time ago. But if they study Ethiopian history carefully, they will be able to convince themselves of the firm existence of the Ethiopian realm. Prior to the Greeks and the Romans, our country was well known even at the time of David and Solomon. Then, so, but let's try to go on an idea. Oh, the thing really set in the eyes of the people them out there. See, when you see the 72 nations will go at incarnation, they're not just go so, family. They're not just go so. We are aware that Ethiopia's success in guarding their independence at all times arise from the mountains which had been given to her by nature and which separate her from the other African countries. You see that? It is proper to say Ethiopia has been the base, the bastion of Christianity for more than a millennia among the savages and pagans in the arid deserts. Homo said of the Ethiopians that they excelled above others. Diodorus speaks of their virtue. He admires their fight for freedom. According to those who have studied the history of Ethiopian church in the 4th century, this church, strong in its faith, was doing everything that was necessary to enable a Christian religion to spread all over the distant lands in Africa. But the rise of Islam and the constant progressive growth greatly weakened the strength of Ethiopian people as Islam defeated by the force of the sword the countries in North Africa. You see it? I always have some little demons that rise up, man, I get trouble, man. But them have to acknowledge the truth, family. Your Majesty, when we explore Ethiopian history, the writings of great historians convincingly prove to us that Ethiopia has greater antiquity than most countries and that she was honored for wisdom and learning. You saw me I try to say, family? So I have to go too further deep. I just try to go on a little idea now, say. This is a visit where Tafari Mukayan did make. Because he never even become emperor yet. And he might try to show you, say, he might tell you all the places where him go and all the good vibes and the welcome where him get and how them treat him and deal with him. Because them know who them a deal with. They know who them a deal with. Them are the same Romans crucify Christ in the family. So now the same Romans them, man. They know who them a deal with, you know. The following names of the envoy: HRC, the Duke of Gloucester. Alright, so this is when the coronation has started. And subsequently, between October the 18th and 30th, the foreign envoys who had been invited began to arrive at Addis Ababa, each in his turn. Here are the following names of the envoys: HRH, the Duke of Gloucester, envoy of him, the King of England. HRH, Prince of Udine, envoy of him, HIFHM, the King of Italy. HEM Gerard, envoy of HM, the King of Belgians. You said me I try to say family. Right? H.E. Baron, H.K.C. Bidlet, envoy of HM, the King of Sweden. H.E. Jonneker, Edric Muratz van Armstad, with the envoy of him, the Queen of Netherlands. H.E. Isabeau Yoshida, envoy of HM, the Emperor of Japan. H.E. Mohammed Tafig Nassim Pasha, envoy of HM, the King of Egypt. H.E. Marshal Frachet, the Peace Ray, envoy of the French Republic. H.E. Mr. H.M. Jacoby, envoy of the USA. You see the name of them saying Jacob. H.E. Baron von Wallstein some envoy of the German Republic. Me know I'm a some German. H.E. Count P. Metaxas, envoy of the Greek Republic. H.E. Mutin Pasha, envoy of the Turkish Republic. H.E. Count Dziedziczewski, envoy of the Polish Republic. All these guests expressed to us their pleasure at the ceremonial reception, which we arranged for them upon their arrival. Furthermore, we had caused to be set up in the vicinity of the Royal Church of St. George a statue of the great Emperor Menelik II. You see it? Alright. The work was eventually complete and it was then determined that it should be inaugurated the eve of the coronation. But still I show honor and respect to the ancients. You see that? Him could have put up him father's statue, you know. But him use that. Because I show them how him do things. I show them where the lineage are come from, you know. Now if you understand the thing, family, deep. It deep. On this day towards Evelyn, place the imperial state vestment and the crown, the orb, the imperial scepter, the sword and diamond ring, as well as the empress state robes and crown and diamond ring on a chariot, and they took it into a great parade to the Royal Church of St. George, where consigned it to the Archbishop, where it remained all night to be prayed over. I don't to go too deep, because I just save certain things, but I just try to show you. You see the guests them of honor will come. You understand? I'm glad for being at the company, glad to get them invitation. Cause all of these kings get them invitation, but them not come personally, but them send them representatives. And they make sure, cause them never want to come bow, you know, for sure the world say, you know? They never want to come do it, coach. They never want to do it, one, cause they don't want the world to see us, so them send for them little representatives, no, we can't go bow, you know, we not going to look so no way too bad. Envoy of the USA and, you know, these envoys what them send, you know. But are you about same way? So you see, we don't go in too much like no Rasta vibration. I'm just showing to say in simple, you know, vibration when if you observe it. I saw it really go family. They know in a family. So as I even read from first the whole history about the bones and everything and civilization and humanity. Them know so that's everything start. When the Bridgeman name out the country, the 5 classification of races, you see him talk about Caucasian, Malayan, American, Ethiopian, seeing? And we forgot the next one, there them know still. So you have to understand how them do for them thing. Them know the original, you know. See them way, you know, but them just this is what him come up with, this aboriginal now. Johan, blooming back away him one name. Him come up with a race card. But him still attack the truth when him say Ethiopians because him know say the whole of Africa the name and never Africa. Ethiopia the whole land the name. Yeah. And when now we come down now to the royal family now, you have to have a ruler. America have 52 states. So them say Washington DC at the capital state, right? Then I saw it go with Africa same way. Ethiopia the capital state. And there's a reason why the whole of Africa give that honor to Ethiopia. Because they know the whole genetics thing, them know the whole ancient history. So, without making this long, because I'm going to really do the spicier one now in the next reason, in the part few now, I'm going to deeper now. I'm going to even show you even more connection, see them way. Because as you hear me mention about Prometheus, but them talk mention the Caucasian mountain, Prometheus, all of them things we're going to the next reason, but I just keep it normal. I keep it within all of me just read. Even this book I read, the autobiography of Haile Selassie I, of Emperor Haile Selassie I, is not something where I mean like one Emperor Haile Selassie I. Hail Emperor Selassie I, right? This autobiography of Emperor Selassie I, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, see? It's not a little book where like I'm like a diary where I'm write. It's a diary in that sense there, you know, because him start writing from him at 13-year-old, you know. But It's not like, it's like a simple thing, right? Because it'll show you even when in the first art show, when the brethren was given authority in about 73. Because King didn't know said the time I come up, to translate it over and all of that, and the king make sure send a copy to all of them blood cleat guys there. Yeah man. Him send a copy to all of them big guys there, see them where them archbishops there, and them type of guys, them every man get a copy for read. And him not tell no lie night because them would have dispute it. And say, no go so, we don't know you, we never see you yet. No, them can't say that. So you have to just overstand it on levels there for me. But just give it on natural levels. The whole thing with the Rasta thing is a different story, and everything get misconstrued because you're going within the realms of what Rasta said God. Because you have to know what you have to even overstand enough. Rasta don't really have this idea same way as how me just explain this, Them just see him in a one way as how them see as how Christians see Jesus, and that is a confusion. You have to can explain the thing in the real context there. You can't come talk about man cut up apple in a 13 piece and we don't have no video and no picture. You understand? We can't go in them superficial thing. We have to just start the thing in a reality way. Any little way where you can go research. Because the main point I make sure I show on the first, before me even come to His Majesty, me try to show on the say where the whole lineage come from. Where scientists say the first set of bones come from. So automatically family must be so the leader for earth have to come from. The earth did have to have a leader because nobody say earth never did big. Within the realms like one time, put it like so, Them after much thousand of years, them start left out of Africa and expand. So within that area there, you understand me I try to say? At that little area they run after thing that there's a lineage where I run from a longer ancient time. That's why it's a lineage thing. There's a lineage where I run. Where these, like say, there's a special family where, just ordained for this job. Just put it like that. And if you notice family, the ones is not the evil ones that make them trick way. The ones that evil half, the no way like them, not even half quarter inch, not even on a nanotech level. One of the things when you remember when Marcus did that same is a coward, when he did run off England when the war did start, I never coward. Him open him 7 seas, now him was found worthy, him can't come show no war. And him know say him can walk away. And the war of him see and know what gonna happen. Just walk away. Go to England, go and go make some talk. So at this world that we in now. We are look for him come with superpowers. We not gonna see that. Some look at all time picture man and show about Selassie I step on bomb and bomb no go off. Nothing no go so. These are pictures that were taken after the war. I'm show you the artillery where the man them ever use. You can't mix up the thing. That's why enough of the rest of them so warify. And feast you saw it for go and I saw it for go family. Because you can't fight them with for them weapon and technology what them have, Okay. You can't fight them with food. You can't match up with them with for them thing. You have to go in your spiritual realms. If I just say I get your laser being well I saw, but you can't match up with them and for them thing. Because for look a gun one a bus nowadays, them are outdated to where Babylon have, A drones and robots them are come with. So, if you're going to have a different mindset. And it will check up the thing. Enough man takes a Rasta thing is a warrior thing. Yes, it's a defensive type of thing in a sense. So we are stand up for your cause and we are defend the cause. But we're not going to go war with nobody. I know that with that one. Even the little false news that them give about the king say, if you notice, if you check all that history. Alright. What is the cruelest thing where Queen Elizabeth I ever do, or any one of them king there? And there's so many things where you can read about, where them even boastful or talk about, Alright. What is the most cruelest thing that was done by Emperor Selassie the first in history. Can't find nothing. Boy, we said did him have meat to feed lion while people down our next district are starved. Them there are some little CIA judgment ball thing when they set up. You have to know, say I saw them working. That is just an example of how them did continue working. If you notice in other governments, I see same thing them do. Just turn the people against the ones. So you have to find a reason, you know. You have to come up with that. You have to go find no one different leader now, you know. This, you know, want Claudia mass up again. No, you want Jim Brown now. And them type of rims the have to think how them work, you know. And I just know them a do it. But them can't run in because them know it's at the place, you know, covered. Them can't run in. Them just can't run in. They have to make them own do it now. And them in a background, you know. But I just feel a while with them doing nothing great because within history and reality family, me I watch video where man I say up to in 1977, soldiers is still in Ethiopia run up and down. And I search up the house, I search up places. So them here say the king there, and the king there. So then if you say a ones die, oh no still I look for the ones. And this honest like a story me attack, you know, this is an actual thing where people, if you go do research, people were from them time they can't say a true soldiers used to do that. So now for understand the whole thing from everything is a trick, but as I say, me I see the more in-depth reasoning for the next video. But me just try to show you by this. Where you can go Google and read and common sense. Ethiopia have to be where you're going to produce Earth's rightful ruler. You understand what I say? And then now with the virtue, you see what the king work with the whole Christianity thing and the whole of that. It have to be there, so. The Bible speak of this one, you know, so this one I come when Mark and his vesture, you know, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, you know. And if a real Christian for study and do the thing, them are going to see say at him, you know, because there's nothing, I don't know what does, I don't know, they can't make people just fix, you know, so. I see him say Trump there, what they are good, everybody did love a rap and a DJ about Trump, Trump in a music video, Trump in a movie. Everybody want to be like Trump. And as the system telling us that Trump, only if you hear Trump, everybody just jump and hear Trump. So now if you use all them because psychology there, where you see them use the media and see how them work. And the same media man did go in Ethiopia go take picture of people where Marga down, you know. And take picture of the king of feed lion, you know. And I put them side dance. Yo, no, hey, them cool like ice, yeah, man. But I just then time them a do out, you know. Because them still not conquer Ethiopia, the throne still there, none of them can't even wipe it down. They're full of dust right now. So we give thanks, somebody we just love this just for right now, see. We give thanks, love and light, and as always, research is important, you know. Yeah, man, and just like this video yeah, and share it up, make ones have a little overstanding same way. So give thanks again, love and light, Rastafari. Aye, aye.